Sorry about that. I realized I didn't hydrate enough. It's really important to drink plenty of water. I'm not promoting Dasani water, but when I can afford it and I get a good deal, I guess I am promoting it, but I don't get any kickbacks for it. But any good water or water filter that you have, or good spring water if you happen to live in an area where you have a spring and it comes out naturally, more power to you in the country out there or up north or in what is it, Sweden or Switzerland or places where the groundwater is very pure. I'm sure there's a lot of other places I haven't mentioned. But we need to hydrate. And so I did, by the way, I did a fair all weekend. So I am fighting through this. I'm a little tired today, but I wanted to just do it. Typical to being an Aries. I didn't want to wait another day. I just wanted to do it. The progress moon's in Virgo today. The progress sun is now in Cancer. So it's introspective. It's good for writing, but it's good for teaching. So you could, well, chalk it up to that I'm helping to teach you and teach other people about these subjects. So get to the point is the second solstice, there was this bird a few days before the solstice out. I'm living with my mother right now, and in the backyard, there's this beautiful tree that has these beautiful, beautiful um, red berries, and then after they blossom and they stay on, and they go through the fall after the blossoms, and the animals eat them right through, and then the tree goes through its cycle. But the birds love this tree. It's very shady and it's very quiet out here in South Lyon where we live. And I witnessed this most beautiful, beautiful song I'd ever heard. It sounded more human, and the notes were not normal bird song. It changed though. It seemed to be improvising, and that is the most beautiful canary. And I couldn't see. I thought it was a her, and I channeled that it was a her. Couldn't see it, but I could hear it. Very haunting. 2 days later, right a couple days before the actual solstice, I found the bird, and her neck was broken. I have a cat. The cat's outside, and the neighbor cats come around. And we live kind of going towards the country, so there are a few cats that wander around with no problem because they more often than not belong to somebody, and they're indoor outdoor cats. Um, we live right near the Lyon Township. South Lyon is tiny. So I put her under the pine tree, covered her up because it was warm out. I was busy, and I figure the pine needles and the cones and that kind of dirt would keep her cool and cleansed. And until 2 days later, I looked her up, and I realized she was a wild canary finch. And the golden finch, it was a part golden finch, and she's a hybrid. And the golden finch is a sacred bird to bring in the summer solstice. So she is around me, and she is my newest totem. And her light is to tell you to sing your song. While at times with my raspiness, it reminds me more of Rod Stewart-ish type Janis Joplin, because I've been talking all weekend, and I will pause and go drink some juice and do some throat cleansing and soothe my throat, because I'm continuing again and doing this again. So um, so I wanted to tell you that this is part one of singing your song, and I will elaborate and continue on about the summer solstice and the totems to use and how to prepare yourself for the coming of the quickening and activation of the final destination of December 20th and 21st is where I'm heading, the sacred time that you all have heard about. So, how you can prepare yourself for this event and what this meant all this time. These are solutions of what you can do to prepare yourself for the it's not all, almost it is the second coming of Christ and the vision of being able to see Christ correctly, and because Christ is already here. So namaste, and I will be back in a moment when I go soothe my throat. And you have to do this, anybody with strong fire energy and anybody with a lot of Aries in their chart, the voice gets a workout because, but also Taurus, which I have, and the throat gets, and I'm talking about the throat chakra with the solstice. I'm going to go work on that right now. You have to heal your throat chakra, and I'm going to go meditate and do that and pause at this point. And I suggest you do this too. I'll be right back.